My parents didn't go to college. They came from Mexico.
Yes, I'm a Latino. I am Salvadoran.
Sí hablo español.
Yeah, I am the first in my family to graduate from college. First generation, came from low-income family.
It was a challenge.
I had a single mom. Dad sort of dropped out of that picture fairly early on.
People find it very shocking that I grew up from West Oakland, that I came with nothing.
If we didn't have the High Potential program, then I would wonder what we were doing here, you know.
The High Potential program is a program that supports low-income first-generation students.
So students whose parents didn't graduate from a four-year institution. So in order for me to get out of my struggle, I had to reach out and do something, you know, seek higher education. That was my only way out.
For a child to come from a low-income community, be the first in their family to go to college, that's a lot. That's just a lot right there. Then you bring them into an environment like St. Mary's, which is so dissimilar.
And everyone is in a moment of like, oh, it's my first time in college, right?
I felt a little uncomfortable, felt I didn't really belong.
The first natural response is, I don't belong here. I shouldn't be doing this. The letter for admission was supposed to go to a really smart kid down the street or up in the hills. It wasn't supposed to come to me.
Yes, I would consider myself a high potential student. When I see high potential students, I identify with them because, you know, I came to the brothers with the idea, I can't.
The question is, how are you going to navigate this place and be successful? You can live in the space of I can't do this, and you can ignore the literally thousands of people around you who every day are saying, oh yes, you can.
And one of the things that gives me the most pleasure and is the biggest challenge, I think, in the initial years of the HP program is really trying to convince those students that they do belong here, that they are capable, that they have that potential.
I think it's the Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh who says there are within each of us the seeds of who we might become. All we need is to find someone to water the seeds of our goodness. The need for the High Potential program grew out of the fact that while the college had made a commitment to enrolling students who didn't meet the usual entrance requirements, they didn't provide academic support.
Not only does it provide academic support, but it provides social support and guidance.
So the first generation status for many of these students means that they're lacking the cultural capital, lacking family members who can explain to them the challenges they're going to confront.
It's a family-oriented program. It's a program that set up students like myself that, may not come from anywhere or may not have anybody who created a path for them and giving them like a dream, right? And making sure that they achieve that dream.
I don't have to feel like I'm alone.
It's a home away from home. It's a support system that will make you comfortable, but that will also be willing to challenge you academically.
I think its best HP is about helping people believe that they can beat all of their past records of achievement in education, period.
I knew Brian Stanley as a student here first. There was this wonderful opportunity to see someone who started as an 18-year-old, but who really put down roots as a person and as a personality, took on a kind of seriousness, took on leadership opportunities.
I went on and got a master's and doctorate in education, so now the people I don't like have to call me doctor, or at least I can request it.
If St. Mary's didn't have the High Potential program, it would just be another college.
The High Potential program didn't just build me a dream like, hey, you can graduate within 4 years. They made sure that my dreams came true, right? That they created me to be driven, very independent. They gave me my first job.
Now, how is that going to help me in the long run? Well, it gives me a source to always come back to, so another form of inspiration that I'm not the only one concerned of making my immediate community and my community outside of my community better.
The High Potential program does support the whole Lasallian tradition, yes, going back for hundreds of years, particularly the tradition of trying to provide access to education for students who would otherwise be deprived of that opportunity.
That's just who we are. That's who I've always thought the brothers were. That's who I've always thought the faculty were.
The High Potential program, it aligns with our Catholic values, right? And that we're building an inclusive community, that we're there to educate each other.
The only reason I joined the brothers was because I had such an admiration for what the brothers did for me.
And I'm happy just because I'm here. I know what I'm doing is not only to better myself and help me get out of my situation, but to help my family.
Si se puede. You know, it's possible. You know, this is what our founder did.